live on YouTube as well. So I overslept. I had an early morning job I needed to take care of at 4 o'clock in the morning. So I'm just not getting set up. Okay, so. All right, so how everybody doing this morning? Let's do the briefing and get it out the way real quick, okay? So what I'm also going to do is I'm going to be going live in the evening times. I'll go live around the same time, but most of my videos from now on is going to be just the cruise briefing. I'm just going to do the briefing, and after the briefing, I'll go live at a later date and to discuss whatever topics that we're talking about at that particular time. Okay, so with that being said, we're going to just start the briefing off for today. Royal Caribbean plans to open Perfect Day at Lapita, a new private island destination in Vanuatu, I guess that's how you pronounce it, in early 2027. This will be the South Pacific first cruise line private island featuring serene beaches, nature trails, water activities, and dining options. Sounds interesting. Carnival Cruise Line. Carnival Cruise Line has expanded its 2026-2027 cruise offering with new sailings from Galveston and Jacksonville, providing more options for travelers to popular destinations in Mexico, the Bahamas, and the Caribbean. Norwegian Cruise Line is enhancing its solo traveler offerings with the introduction of 93 studio cabins on board the new Norwegian Aqua. These 94 square foot cabins are designed for single occupancy, eliminating the traditional single supplement fee. Guests also have exclusive access to the studio lounge, fostering a community atmosphere for solo cruisers. MSC Cruise, upcoming ship, the MSC World America is set to debut in April of 2025. This vessel will feature innovative technologies aimed at enhancing passengers' experience and environmental sustainability, including advanced waste management systems and energy-efficient design. Cool. Princess Cruise Line. Princess Cruise has added a third solar eclipse voyage for 2026 aboard the Enchanted Princess. This 14-day Mediterranean and Adriatic cruise will offer passengers a unique opportunity to witness a total solar eclipse at sea, combining celestial phenomena with cultural exploration. Disney Cruise Line released its early 2025 itinerary featuring new sailings to the Caribbean, the Bahamas, and Mexico. These voyages promise immersive Disney experience both on board and the exclusive destination like Castaway Cay. All righty, so that's all the latest information on the cruise lines. We're going to move over to the cruise safety and incidents. Carnival Conquest flooding incident. On May 12th, 2025, the Carnival Conquest encountered severe weather while sailing near the Bahamas, leading to a significant flooding on Deck 7 and Deck 9. Passengers reported water entering cabins and common areas, including the dining rooms. The crew responded promptly to manage the situation, and no major damages or injuries were reported. The ship continued its itinerary without delays, arriving at Half Moon Cay on May 14th. Little flood, cleaned it up, kept on sailing. MSC Virtuosa, I guess that's how you pronounce it, incident. A second individual has been arrested in connection with the death of James Mesham on board the MSC Virtuosa on May 3rd, 2025. The incident occurred during a short cruise to Belgium, and investigations are ongoing. So I had to hear. Industry-wide crime increase. The U.S. Department of Transportation reported a surge in cruise ship crimes with 48 criminal allegations between January and March of 2025, including 23 rape cases. Experts attribute these rise in the unique environmental. Experts attribute the rise in the unique environment aboard cruise ships, emphasizing the need for increased safety measures. Okay, so with that being said, you have to be different and you have to be alert. I said in previous videos, just because you can, don't mean you should. Okay, I'm not saying that the rapes or any of that stuff happened and it's the person's fault that it happened, because whoever does that should, definitely be locked up. Okay, plain and simple. Bottom line: be alert, be aware. Always use the buddy system. You know, always use the buddy system. That's why most of the cruises, indicate that it's a 2-person cruise, so you guys can look out for one another at the same time as well. Okay, enough said on that. I'm not going to be the dead horse. We all know the situation. We all know how things occur. Like I say, some people get intoxicated, and it's common. I mean, everybody does it, but at the same time, you got to know your limits and know when to say when. Like I said before, bottom line, just because you can don't mean you should. All right. Moving over to the cruise market snapshot. Okay, as of closing from Friday, Carnival Cruise closing price was $23.39. It was up 1.70%. Royal Caribbean Cruise closing price was $255.42. It was up 2.12%. Norwegian Cruise Line closed at 18.98. It was down 1.5%. The overall S&P 500 closed at 5,958.38, up 0.70%. The Dow Jones at 42,654, up 0.78%. So, ladies and gentlemen, with the cruise, with the stock market being the way that it is, it's a roller coaster ride. Now what I'm about to say, don't come back saying Richard said. Okay, I'm just giving you my opinion and what I think what I'm doing. Okay, buy now. Okay, you buy low, you sell high, because the stock market is definitely going to increase. It's going to rate. It's going to go high. It's going to rise. Okay, so you don't have to you only invest what you can afford to lose. Okay, if you got $5, invest the $5. Okay, only invest what you can afford to lose. Now, if you got 100 grand, then put 100 grand in. It's up to you. Only invest what you can afford to lose. That's simple. Okay. You got $20. You got so many sites and so many, and I'm not going to mention their names. I'll let you go ahead and do the research yourself. But you got so many apps and so many sites with investing that it's easy to actually invest. Okay. I'm not even going to mention who I use. I want you guys to do that on your own. That's on you. Okay, but $10 here, $20 there. I will say, if you invest after closing, when it opens, whatever the price was then at closing, you stand to increase upon purchasing and opening. Okay, so I'm gonna say on that, but only invest what you can afford to lose. All right. So every so often, after I pay attention to the stock market to see what's going on with the prices and everything, I throw in a couple dollars here. I throw in a couple dollars there. If I see something that's not moving the way I would like it to move, then I pull that piece out. Okay. So I keep all of my money in one nest egg. Okay, if that makes sense. So if I'm invested in 5 different companies. Let's just say for S&Gs that I invest in Norwegian, Carnival, Royal Caribbean, and McDonald's. Okay, I'm just throwing out stuff. Okay, if McDonald's isn't doing too well after a week or so, I would take that money out and reinvest it. If Carnival's making more, if I'm making more money through Carnival, then I would put more into Carnival, so on and so forth. So you got to know how to read the market, know how to play the market, and make the adjustments. But only invest what you can afford to lose. I cannot stress that enough. So I'm not going to tell you how much to put in. I'm not going to tell you what to put it in too. I ain't going to jail for that. Okay, but at the same time, it's imperative that this is nothing new. So don't be afraid of the stock market because they say, oh, it's going to crash. It's going to crash. Well, that's what they wanted to do. They want to drive the price down. Okay, so let me explain to you how it works. Drive the price down, purchase low, and then, lo and behold, it's going to go back up. Well, when you buy low, now all of this is making money. Okay, then once it plateaus and it's about to go back down again, that's when you sell. But then that's how much money you made. Okay. Learn the market, ladies and gentlemen. It's imperative that you guys, and if you're not interested in it, then don't. But like I said before, bottom line, only invest what you can afford to lose. Okay. Enough on that. Oh, Facebook. I'm looking over here at TikTok. I'm looking over here at Facebook. So if you see me doing this, that's the reason why. Okay. I'm live on both channels. All right. Cruise Insight. Solo cruise on the rise. Norwegian Cruise Line introduction of solo cruise cabins, studio cabins on the Norwegian Aqua reflects the growing trend of solo travel. Okay, so these accommodations cater to independent travelers seeking cost-effective and community-oriented cruise experiences. Okay, so what that means is, I'm going to focus over here now because nobody's watching on this side right now. So what that means is, ladies and gentlemen, that the solo cruise is the new trend, okay? Reason why is because if you purchase a cruise on a cruise ship, regardless of if you go by yourself, you get penalized, if that makes any sense. But if you go with a partner, a friend, family member, girlfriend, wife, husband, etc., then the price is regulated for two passengers. That cabin is regulated for two passengers. Reason being, they make more money with two people versus one person selling. Okay. Well, Norwegian Cruise Line says, so why penalize people if they don't have a significant other or someone that wants to travel with them, but they want to travel? So they tailored their particular itineraries and prices for single cruisers. Well, guess what's going to happen? It's just like anything else. It's just like sports. When somebody got something that's unique that works, everybody's going to copy and paste. All right. So be on the lookout for me to let you guys know when other cruise lines start following. Because they want to see what happened with the trend from Norwegian. Norwegian is going to be their test dummy, if that makes sense. So by Norwegian being their test dummy, they're going to find out and see if it was profitable. If it's profitable for Norwegian, the rest of the other cruise lines are going to follow suit. Okay. So that's definitely coming down the trend real soon. Okay. Now, at the end, I normally always say, and as always, where your path be clear, your sales steady, and your ventures extraordinary. Thank you for being a part of Ready for All Travel family. Okay. That's the ending. But I want to tell you guys some exciting news that I got going on. Okay. I've been away for 2 weeks because I've been working on my own personal channel as well. Okay. Now you can find this channel on YouTube. Well, I'm gonna talk to TikTok people first. Okay. So on TikTok, if you go, excuse me. Excuse me. I lost my train of thought. Okay, so TikTok, if you go to After the Watch, My Navy Life, it said if you go to After the Watch, it's going to talk about my journey throughout my Navy career, those 20 years in the Navy, from the reason why I joined the Navy, all the way to my last salute when I walked off the ship. Okay, I've posted 2 videos that's going to hit today on TikTok. It's going to hit today at 12 noon. Part 1, and then on Wednesday, part 2. Leave a comment, if you think it's whack, whatever the case may be, leave a comment because we're going to address that when I go live on Tuesday for you guys and see what, get a feel for it, because I'm also, in the process of doing part 3, part 4, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. So keep that in mind. Go to After the Watch on TikTok. Now, as far as YouTube, the video is going to post on YouTube Tuesdays and Thursdays at 12 as well. Okay. So I'm also going to be doing the travel thing, but in between that, you can go to Ready for All Services, because only thing that changed on the YouTube side was the name. I changed the name, but I kept the URL to make it easier for you to find. Okay. So if you type in Ready for All Services, is going to pull up after the watch, my Navy life. Okay. And then you can watch those videos there. Those are going to post Tuesdays and Thursdays at 12. All right. And then I'm gonna go live in between. So like, share, leave a comment on what you think, and we'll answer all questions that you have there as well. Okay. So like I said before, that's the reason why I've been away. I've been working on that new channel, which I think is gonna be exciting because I'm opening up myself. A lot of stuff a lot of people don't know that transpired while I was in, the good, the bad, the ugly, the indifference, the things that happened to me, how the Navy actually works. You're gonna get that behind the curtain that you guys watch my videos. You're gonna know about the behind the curtain. So you're gonna get a chance to see all of that. And hopefully you guys will like and share, subscribe, and enjoy it. Okay. I open up myself. I'm really vulnerable when I say I open up myself because I kept all of this inside for the past 35 years. Okay. So the first two videos was very tough to make because it was the reason why I joined the Navy. It was tough to make because of the simple fact that all of this transpired 35 years ago. Can you imagine that? A lot of people don't live 35 years. Okay. So I had to recall all of that stuff and then condense it because you know how y'all, attention span is real bad nowadays. So I had to condense all of that and make it a 2-part series, but that was 35 years ago. Now, what I mean by that is the more current the storyline goes, the better quality of the videos will be because it'll be closer towards my memory, if that makes any sense. Okay, so stay tuned. I hope you guys watch, enjoy. TikTok, it starts today, Mondays and Wednesdays. YouTube, it starts Tuesdays and Thursdays for you guys. Okay. So you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Be safe, be smart, and I will see you guys later. One love. Peace. Get on back to work.